Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is Nikki here. So today I am barefaced because I have no idea what I'm going to do. If I'm honest, I'm going to be completely honest, I've been to a bunch of events, I've got a bunch of PR, I have a new makeup that I've kind of dabbled with but not really played with, and I really just want to play with makeup today. Also, I was gifted this Indian jewelry set, how stunning is it, from India Trend on Instagram, and I was like, do you know what, I'm just going to put everything all together. And I want to do full glam today, so I'm thinking maybe like a gunmetal smoky eye. I don't know, we'll see how we get on, but I thought let me just take you guys along for the ride. I hope you're really going to enjoy this video. Also, I'm not feeling 100% today. Like, you know, you don't feel 100% yourself. I feel really quite unattractive, so I'm gonna try and switch things around. If you want to start this journey with me today, then just keep on watching. Okay, so as per usual, I'm going to start off just with a clean base. You want a cleansed skin. Then I've just put the Kiehl's Ultra Moisturizer all over the face. I'm going to also apply an eye cream. It's something that I've been doing recently, and I've been wanting this Ole Henrikson eye cream for the longest time. This is the Banana Bright eye cream, and it is now available in Boots. Actually, this isn't sponsored at all, but it's available in Boots, and I've wanted to try their skincare for a long time, so I'm just going to pop this eye cream on. I think this eye cream is going to be really good for when I bake and when I powder. It is specifically important to me that if you're going to bake, pop on an eye cream so your under eyes don't get dehydrated. So I'm just going to pop this on to my eyes. Okay, then I might have used this in a video already, I'm not too sure, but I'm going to be using the pair. This is the No Filter Blurring Photography Primer. I think I showed it to you guys in my last video. I'm going to show you guys what it's like on. We're going to pop this all over the skin. It's just going to give us a really nice kind of dewy, fresh skin look. I'm just going to massage it all over the face. So I'm hoping that you guys can see that it's just like, I don't know how to explain it, because it's not like an immediate kind of like strobe like I can really see it on the skin. It's really subtle, but it just makes my skin look healthy, and that's what I like about it. I like it even if I'm not wearing makeup, because it just looks like it's been moisturized, and I like that look. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to foundation. I'm really excited for it. It's the NARS. This is the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I would say that it's a very good comparison to the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, which I'm actually really happy about because I've just run out of that bad boy. This one is in the shade Syracuse. Perfect match for me. I just love the foundation. It's just so beautiful. It's not too thick, but it gives you so much coverage, and it just looks like skin, which I really like and appreciate. And for this full glam, I think it'll be really nice. So I'm going to pop this all over the skin and blend it out using a damp beauty blender. Okay, so that's the foundation on. I always have a little bit of a thing. My face and neck is always darker than my chest area if that is exposed. So I will always go over with like a bronzer or a foundation that's a little bit darker. Today I'm actually going to be using, and this is new for me, the NARS Laguna Liquid Bronzer. And I'm going to use this on my chest area just because it works. It works like I would use MAC Face and Body in C6 just to match everything up. I have a pet peeve when things don't match up and your face looks completely different. So we're just going to go ahead and bronze up the chest and shoulders. Also, just before you guys let me know down in the comments, I wouldn't usually do it like this. I'd wear my necklace completely after I've done my makeup. I'd wear my earrings afterwards, and I'd probably do my hair afterwards, but just for the purpose of the video, I like to have the jewelry on. It kind of gives me a vibe for what makeup look I'm going to do, so that's why I just bronze the chest up like that. Okay, so this is probably my favourite part. I just feel like concealer, when I put concealer on, because my dark circles are literally like the bane of my life, I feel so much better. So for concealer, I'm actually going to be using a Bare Minerals. This is the Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer in the shade Tan. I haven't used this properly enough to know if I like it or not, so we're going to try it out together. I'm going to pop it on underneath my eyes, and I'm just going to blend this out using my beauty blender, and then also blend this on the top of my eyes to get rid of my eyelid smoke as well. Okay, so genuinely, I really like that concealer. It's lightweight, but it gives you coverage. You can have a medium coverage, or you can like pack it on a little bit more like me and have a fuller coverage, but it's really light in consistency, and the color is beautiful. The color is really nice for a dark skin, brown skin, tan skin. Oh, I've got a couple of these as well, and I know that the tan skin colors are really nice. So for some of you guys that might be new to my channel, the way in which I cover my dark circles is I'll go in with like a skin tone concealer like this one, and then I'll go in with a highlighter concealer that would be like a few shades light, probably about 3 or 4 shades lighter. I like to go quite light in a yellow tone, yellow undertone, to highlight and to start sculpting. So for this, I'm actually going to be using the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer. This is probably the newest concealer that I've got, and it is bomb. Like, I can't. It is so good. It's got such good coverage. So I'm going to pop this to the center of my face and underneath my eyes to brighten all the areas that I want. And then I'm going to buff this out using my Damp Beauty Blender again as well. See that? I mean, the minute I put on concealer, especially after my like highlighter concealer, I just feel so much better. I feel like I'm in a little bit of a, I don't know, like a bit of a slump today. I didn't know if I wanted to film. I didn't know what I wanted to film. And I think, do you know what? I'm going to be completely honest. Do you know what I think it is? I think it's because I hadn't eaten properly all day, and I haven't eaten properly for the last week or so. And then today I was like, I'm just going to go to McDonald's and get a McDonald's. And I thought that would make me feel better. I honestly feel like it's had the reverse effect on me. I really do. I feel like I've had that, and now I feel really crappy about it. And it wasn't even all that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you hate it when you eat bad food and it's not even all that? And I feel like that's put me in a bit of a funk. Is that weird? I don't know, but we're gonna push through because I'm feeling better. My base is looking better. I'm loving, oh yeah, I love this base. Love, love, love. Next, I'm actually gonna move on to brows before I do my cream bronzing. I just feel like it makes more sense because I like to highlight, get this all light, and then I like to bronze around it as opposed to have areas that are highlighted over my cream bronze, if that sort of makes sense. So I'm actually going to be using, this is the Benefit Kabrow in the shade number 5. This is their cream gel brow. The reason why I've gone for this product today is simply because I know I want quite a glam look, and I feel like I want my eyes to be quite smoky, therefore I don't want my brows to be light. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a rule, the darker the eyes, the darker you can go with the brows. You don't want light brows and then really dark eyes because they won't frame your face. Anyway, I'm going to pop this on. We're just going to pop it on as per usual where all the gaps are and just fill in the gaps. I don't really have any sort of method to doing this. I just like them to look quite neatly done and just a bit fluffier. Do you know what I feel like? I feel like this takes me to back in the day when I used to use gel on my brows all the time. I don't anymore. I love the Benefit Precisely My Brow. But I did for about a good couple of years. I would just use gel. And I quite like it. It's just, you have to be, I guess, if you like a stronger brow, then you'd go for gel. But if you like a little bit more of a fluffier, softer brow, go for powder or pencil. Powder just, I don't know. I don't mind powder, but I like a bit of a bitch brow sometimes. Now, just to give my eyebrows a little bit of pizzazz, a little bit of fluffiness and some dimension, I'm actually going to use 3D Brow Tones by Benefit as well. This is in the shade number 4. It's just going to coat the hairs and give it not so much of a flat look, so you get a little bit more of a fluffier vibe. And I'm going to brush this baby through the brows. Let's bring this face to life. Let's give us a little bit of a cream bronze, not contour but bronze. I just want a little bit of warmth, just to give us a little bit of dimension on the cheeks, on the sides of the nose, on the temples, you know, all that jazz. So I'm going to be using, this is a Sleek Makeup Cream Contour Kit in the shade Dark, and I usually go for the colors that you can obviously see right here. So I'm just going to tap into them, and I'm just going to start using my brush, but with a light hand. I don't want to add too much product in one go. I just want to add it in gradual steps and build it up, just to add a little bit of bronze in all of the usual places. I'm also just going to take this, so I've got quite a lot here actually. I'm going to take this on a brush, and I'm just going to do the sides of my nose as well. Let's just take a beauty blender, and then I just always go over the top. Now I don't know if you guys can see it, but it just gives like a little tiny bit of structure. You can always go back in with your brush and add more. But the reason why I do it is actually not to contour my nose. I don't want to contour my nose. I don't want it to appear smaller. I just do it because if I'm bronzing everywhere else, I feel like this area gets a bit lost and it needs a bit of dimension, just a bit of shape. So that's the only reason that I do that. Now we're going to move straight onto eyes, and now it's different for me because you guys would probably think I'd be wearing like a gold set and I'd like to do warm eyes. I guess the eyes are still going to be a bit warm, but I'm going to use like silvers is what is in my head, which I haven't ever really done before. So I've actually got, this is the Morphe 39A palette. How is that huge? The Morphe 39A palette is absolutely beautiful. It's not been touched yet. I haven't ever used it, so we're going to try it out together. And I think I'm going to go into this transition shade right here. We're going to start off safe, and then we'll start building up. But we're just going to start off with the transition shade, which is this warm tone right here. So you're probably thinking, I can't even really see that shade. that's the whole point of a transition, and then I'm going to start building upon colors. What I like to do when I get a new palette like this is I'll actually go for the color that I think is closest to my skin tone, or go for like the lightest color that's not really going to show up on me, because I've picked that one. Now I can gauge from this shade what other shades I can use on top and how deep I want to go. I guess that's just how I work with palettes. So next I'm actually going to start going in a little bit deeper. I think we're going to go straight into a cool brown. So I'm going to use the same brush, and I'm going to go into this dark brown right here, which is a little bit cooler than the other ones that tend to be a little bit warmer. Now using this brown, I'm just going to also pop this in the crease, but more so in the crease as opposed to going up towards the brow bone, because we just want to add smoke and a little bit of depth here. Okay, once we've added that brown, you can see that it creates a depth, but it's still smoky, you know what I mean? It's still airy. We are now going to switch over brushes. I'm going to be using the MAC 221 brush. This one is a lot smaller, so you can go in with darker colors and they're not going to spread out and they're not going to smoke out as much. So I'm actually going to take this dark, it's quite like, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's a very, very dark brown, kind of like with a reddish undertone, but not. That's not a very good example, but yeah, that one. And that's going to be like the darkest brown that I'm going to take on the small brush, and I'm going to pop this right on the crease now, right into the crease going on to the lid. You don't want this color to smoke out too much because it's just not going to look right. So just pop it right into the crease to create the utmost depth. You know what, I think I genuinely forgot how pigmented Morphe eyeshadows are. Like, the palettes are so bomb, and the colors are just so pigmented that you really like, I need the tiniest amount when applying because they're so pigmented. They've got such a good range of like colors and palettes as well. Okay, for those of you that probably watched my last makeup tutorial, I'm hoping that this isn't too similar, but I really want to pop the Morphe, this is the Jet Gel Liner on my eyelids, because I haven't tried it on my eyelids yet and it is super black, my waterline. So I'm actually going to pop this all over the eyelid, obviously just where the eyelid is exposed, and then I'm just going to buff out the edges. Okay, so that's like super black. What I'm going to do, because it's throwing me off a little bit, is I'm just going to pop a little bit of my brown transition on my lower lash line. Just to connect things up, let me just go ahead and add black in my waterline and just tightline with it as well. Just using the same brush, I'm just going to smoke it out, but I'm going to keep really close to the lower lash line, just to smoke it out. Now, even though that gel liner is set, I just want to kind of make it more extreme. So I'm going to take the black in this eyeshadow palette. I'm just going to take the Morphe black and pack this over the top, and then just to kind of buff out any edges that need a little bit of help. I legit thought that gel liner was really black. Then I put down the eyeshadow and I was like, no, it was green. This is black. The black's so pigmented, and it's really difficult to get like a really dark black. But yeah, love that. So you could actually leave the eyes like this and then go in with lashes and do everything like that. But I'm going to take it a step further. I want to add a bit of silver to it. I don't know, this is what happens when you don't plan your makeup looks. I have no idea, but I've got a couple of glitters, so we're going to play around with them. Now, honestly, I don't feel like any Bollywood glam makeup, Indian glam makeup look is complete without glitter, because you need the kind of jewels, you need a bit of shine. So I've actually got two glitters that I haven't ever played around with, and they're the Urban Decay. This one is in Glamrock, and I love Urban Decay heavy glitters. And then this one is the Technic, the Glitz in black. So I think we're going to start off with black first. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pop it on a fluffy brush and press it on to my lid. And then I'll see what that looks like and whether I want to add any more glitter onto it. Oh, girl. Okay, so that glitter has added that wet shine look that we got in the last tutorial, so I'm sorry about that, guys, but you know that I love that wet black look. I feel like it's already starting to go with the jewelry a little bit more, and that's added so much. We've only added a little bit of glitter and it just looks really wet on the lids, which I absolutely love. However, I am going to go in with more of a silver glitter, because the Urban Decay one has like loose flecks of glitter as opposed to being liquidy. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go straight off the bat with this, and I'm going to apply it on to the lid. Apparently, guys, we've come to the conclusion that this is what I like doing. I like putting black on my eyelids and then putting glitter on top, especially the Urban Decay one. I mean, I've showed it in my last 2 tutorials, so I'm sorry, but I love like that glossy black eye look. I think it looks so nice, and I also like to just mix glitters because I feel like they look different. Just like when you've got different jewels in your jewelry, it sort of is like, I feel like the eyes are like another embellishment to it. Let me now add a little bit of highlighter. You guys know I can't live without inner corner highlighter. It just makes every look for me. And a highlighter that I know so many like vloggers, YouTubers, bloggers have been talking about is the Doll Beauty highlighters. So when I was in Topshop, I actually picked this one up. This one is in Shine Bright. The packaging is super cute. So I'm just going to dabble into this. I'm going to pop this on my brow bones and also my inner corner as well. Once that is done, let me add a little bit of mascara. I just wanted to let you guys know that you don't have to wear this much. It is quite a lot and it's heavy on the eyes, but I feel like when it's Indian Glam, nothing's too much. Like, I'd stick gemstones to my eyelids. Like, nothing is too much when you're going out and it's an Indian wedding. You want to be dressed up to the nines. So we're going to go in with mascara. I'm going to be using the Mascara Revolution, and I have been loving this mascara. I love it. It's just so, like, it makes your lashes so thick, so voluminous. So we're just going to add a couple of coats of this. You know what, usually I'd move on to the rest of the face, but I think I'm going to go in with lashes because I really want to see what the eyes look like and kind of complete them. I feel like when you do like a dark smoky, if you go like black, then you can go big. You might as well go hard or go home. So I'm actually going to go in, I've not used these in a while, it's been a hot minute. These are the Huda Beauty eyelashes in Lana. So they're just really long. That's what I like about them. They're really, really long. So I'm going to pop these on. I honestly feel like I'm doing the absolute most with these lashes on. Like, where am I going? I'm not even going anywhere. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to set my under eyes. I don't think that this is a brightening powder. It says translucent crystal light reflecting setting powder by NARS. What I want to do is just want to set the sides of my nose and underneath my eyes before I add my mascara. Okay, so that powder is generally really nice, really fine. I'm not going to let this sit for too long, so I'm just going to brush it away. That powder is genuinely really nice. Like, it's so fine, and I can like get my beauty blender, you know, I've got concealer on there, I can go over it and it's not gonna like crumble or congeal. It's that fine, which I really like. It's just set underneath my eyes really smooth as well. So I'm gonna go back in with my mascara and I'm gonna pop this on my lower lashes now. For bronzer now, I'm gonna go into, this is the Technic Superfine Matte Bronzer, and I believe that's all it's called. It's like a warmish sort of bronze, which I love. So I'm going to go into this and then just quickly go over everywhere that we cream bronzed. I really feel like we're in desperate need of some colour, so let's add a little bit of blusher. I'm going to go into this, all of these pinks and mix them together. This is the Rude Cosmetics Unduented Blush Palette. I'm just going to mix these colours together and really go ham on the blusher. For highlighter, I'm going to go back into my Dull Light and I'm going to add this to my cheekbones, down the centre of the nose and a little bit down the middle of the forehead as well. Guys, I can't. This is the first time I've used this highlighter properly, like not on top of something. Like, I've used it just on its own. I just can't. I've never come across a highlight I like it. Like, it's so fine. You can't, I can see it on the skin, but I can't see it laying on, like, I can't see it laying on the skin. It's so weird. I do love it though. It might be a tiny bit too bright for my liking for like a daily, but it's really good for Bollywood glam. For lips now, I was a bit confused as to what to do, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Chestnut and I'm going to very lightly just line my lips. And then my lips are genuinely quite suffering today, so I don't want to put a matte on. I'm going to go in with a gloss. I want it to be a little bit more on the peachier side, like light, and then contrast it against the eyes. So I'm going to use Benefit's Punch Pop. This is my favourite lip gloss. It's in Sugar Cookie, so I'm just going to pop this on. And then finally, the newest setting mist that I've got. This is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, so I'm just going to spritz my face with this. Let me just quickly take my hair out. I'm just going to add a black bindi because I feel like it might complete the look. Listen, for you guys, this is such a poor attempt. I can't get my jumma in. You guys need to teach me how to put Indian jewellery on. It's so difficult on yourself. But if you were going to wear the whole set and you wanted to wear a jumma, then just vision it. It would look something a little like this. my extensions are poking out, it would look something a little like this. I'm going to take it out because, I mean, I just can't pull it off. But it would look something a little like this with the whole look. Okay guys, and now I'm going to sign out. I'm finally going to sign out after a couple of hours. This is the finished look. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Let me know down below what you thought of it. My final thoughts are, I love warm tones. That's literally my final thoughts. I like to experiment, and I think it's different, but I just love warm tones. I think warm tones on a darker skin just look beautiful, but it's different, and it's a different way of rocking silver. So I'm glad that I tried it and I came out my comfort zone. Let me know down below if you want me to do more Bollywood glam, Indian glam looks that are more heavy, because I think I steer more towards wearable and like everyday. And the reason why I do that is because that's what I wear. So this would be like, you know, on the rare occasion. But let me know anyway nonetheless down below. Follow me on Instagram for daily content there. Give this video a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I love you guys so very much, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah.